Today's episode, I'm going to share with you why you should never, ever be a team of one. Now, let me say up front, today's podcast is really designed for those solopreneurs that are out there who are listening to the podcast. But I would also say there are many of you who lead large associations or membership businesses where you already have a thriving team, and yet you're trying to be a team of one. So never, ever be a team of one, whether you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur with a team, or you're an association leader with multiple staff. I'll tell you more in just a moment.
Welcome to the More Members Now podcast with Scott Whitaker, where you can get more members, increase retention, and multiply the profits from your membership program. And now, your host, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of Membership Multipliers, Scott Whitaker.
So the question was actually recently asked of me of, hey, what if I don't lead a staff and I'm just a team of one? What advice would you have for me? Well, I thought that was a very insightful question first. That here they are. Number one, they're wanting to grow. So they're wanting to improve. They're wanting to grow their business. They're wanting to be able to serve more members. And they're asking, what advice would you have? Now, my advice for you, whether you're a team of one, which I don't really think you are, or you shouldn't be, or so I would say it's, whether you're a solopreneur or an entrepreneur with multiple staff members, virtual assistants, or even an association leader, you may be creating this culture where you're trying to build a team of one. So here's why you are never or should never be a team of one. This is what I shared with this person who was saying, hey, what advice would you have for me? I'm just a team of one. I told them, well, you're not really a team of one, or you should never be a team of one. Here's why. First, you should always be in a mastermind. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of a mastermind is a group of like-minded business leaders that come together to share about their business and their challenges and their goals that they've achieved with the singular mind of trying to help improve upon that person or improve their business. Now, I'm actually involved in a couple of masterminds where some high-level membership businesses, come together and we share some projects that we're doing and allowing others to speak into it in such a way that they know challenges and opportunities and obstacles that I may be blinded to in my own business. And so they help pull back the blinders from me. And at the same time, I pulled back the blinders for them. Just so happens we actually have a mastermind with membership multipliers where we gather people together and we help pull back the blinders off of their membership. Regardless of what your membership is, I mean, whether you're an association or you're a brick and mortar membership or you're an online membership, we're all in the business of providing a membership. We just have different media or modalities or objectives or outcomes that we're providing people, but we're all in the business of membership. So when you come together in like that mastermind there, you can learn things and discover things that others are doing online when you're offline, or you can discover what people are doing with an online membership when you're a big association. So you should never be a team of one, because you should always be in a mastermind. And when I look at my team, I look at my mastermind as being part of that team. Secondly, you should always be coached by someone. Now, coaching is different from a mastermind. I travel into the mastermind, 3 times a year, spend a day or 2 days together with them just 3 times a year. But then in between that, there's not a whole lot of coaching going on. Like, we just got the insight that we needed, and then we'll go and we'll implement and then come back to the next mastermind. But a coach, like what we do at Membership Multipliers, where you have somebody who has a vested interest in you succeeding. That's what a coach does. Coach says, I want to help you succeed. Which, by the way, if you think about sports for a moment, give me one sport where there is a team of one. just one sport where there's a team of one. You might say, well, what about golf? Well, even a good golfer has a good coach and a good caddy. You might say, well, what about tennis? You ask any professional tennis player, and they'll tell you the number of coaches that they have. You're never a team of one. You should always be coached. Just because you're out on the field, just because you're out in front, doesn't mean you shouldn't have a team behind you who is supporting you, who are lifting you up, who are challenging you, who are helping you to see new things, gain new skills, and a new understanding. So never be a team of one, always be in a mastermind, always be coached, and then always be delegating. Always be delegating to someone. I've started a number of membership businesses, and I never looked at myself as a team of one. I was always in some sort of coaching. I was always in some sort of mastermind. But then when it came to the day-to-day work, even though I may have been a solopreneur, I had a team around me. How did I have a team? Well, one of the things I would do is I would delegate something to maybe a virtual assistant. Just as simple as a virtual assistant. I mean, you know, if you just even Google virtual assistant, you're going to find all sorts of opportunities where you can get people to do things for you and, you know, pay them a very low fee, many of them overseas. And I look at that and I'm like, man, you know, I could provide for somebody's livelihood just on $5 a month, you know, helping them, and they're helping me. And so, you know, it's very inexpensive to get a virtual assistant for some of the low-level projects you might be doing. So delegate. Then, you know, I also looked at it as, well, I have projects around my house that I need to do. Now, admittedly, I am not a handyman. If something broke, I am not going to be able to tell you how to fix it. I would hire a handyman in a heartbeat. But, you know, I grew up mowing lawns, my lawn, you know, as a kid, like most of us did. Well, I realized that I could delegate mowing the lawn so that I could spend more time on my business or spend more time on my family. You know, so you might say, well, you know, my yard guy, he's actually part of my team. Why? Because he allows me to spend more time on my business, or he allows me to spend more time with my family. And I'm able to delegate that task to somebody else. And I'm able to hire them and be part of my team. I've done this multiple times, whether it be my yard or housekeeping or whichever it may be. Like, delegate some of those tasks of whom, by the way, they're experts at, so that you can focus on being the expert at the things that you're an expert at. That's how you delegate. Then you might just even say, here are all the things I should be delegating. You make a list. And you might just say, here are all the things I need to be delegating. Who can I delegate those to? And if you know how much your time is worth, then you might ask yourself, well, you know, is it worth me doing it? Or is it worth me paying somebody a quarter or a percentage of what I would be paying myself to be doing that? Is it worth me paying somebody else to do that? And the answer is most likely yes. Yes. You just haven't taken the time to think it through of how to delegate something to an assistant or a virtual assistant or a person in your sphere of influence that you know that would gladly do something for you. I mean, there's probably a number of stay-at-home moms. I mean, my wife was a stay-at-home mom for years. And, you know, there's probably a number of stay-at-home moms that would just be glad. One of my very first assistant, one of my memberships, was a stay-at-home mom that did things for me. And it was all because I took the time to create a list and delegate it to her. Then always leverage technology. Here's why you're never a team of one. You're always in that mastermind, coached, you're delegating to somebody else, but then you always leverage technology. Now, I'm not going to get into what kind of technology you should be using to run your membership business. You have to make that decision. And you know, all of our membership businesses, we want to accomplish different outcomes and have different needs. So you've got to determine that for yourself. But I have a pretty high-powered CRM. It's quite well known, as a matter of fact, that I use. And I leverage that so that it frees up my time. That CRM is part of my team. That's the mindset that I have. How can I leverage this CRM so that I can focus on my business and do the things that my business requires of me to do? Some of you, you're running your membership off of a spreadsheet, and it's costing you more time to, notice I said, by the way, costing you more time to send out emails, to update that spreadsheet, to constantly keep that good data, when you could free yourself by getting a CRM of, yes, you're going to have to pay for it, but a good CRM will pay for itself within the first couple of months, because now you're so free, you're able to focus in on the things that you're able to do to get more members. So leverage that CRM for you. Leverage those apps that are out there on the App Store and out there on Google Play. Leverage those apps and leverage technology so that those things are part of your team as well. I've got a private client who actually, they don't even use email anymore. When I started working with them, they said, by the way, we don't send emails. We use this technology and that technology to manage our projects and to communicate with one another. So we're going to add you to the channel so that you can get in communication with us. And we're going to add you to this project manager over here so that you can be a part of the tracking of the project. I thought, well, man, they are leveraging technology. Admittedly, it was a little bit of a learning curve for me because I'm kind of an old school guy. I still use a lot of email. And but they are leveraging technology so that they can get to speed and so that they can help their staff and their team be more productive. Notice, they're a team. They're a team. And the CRM, the automation, the communication tools are all part of that team. So whether you're a big association and you've got multiple staff members, you should be doing these same things. Always being in a mastermind, always being coached, always delegating something to someone on your team, always leveraging technology, which, by the way, you might ask your team, how can we leverage technology better? Because they probably have some really good ideas. And if you're a solopreneur, that means you're running your business on your own. You're never running your business on your own, because you're never a team of one. You should always be in a mastermind, always be coached, always looking to delegate something to someone else, even if it's a virtual assistant or a yard guy, and always, always leverage technology. Listen, I want to leave you with this thought. One is a very, very lonely number. You should never be alone. You will never succeed. Show me a successful person who was alone, who did it by themselves, who didn't have a team, who didn't have people supporting. It doesn't exist, does not exist. And you're trying to run your membership business, you're trying to run your association as if you're doing it by yourself, never having this team. So let me invite you. Allow me to be part of your team. Allow me to be part of your team. Allow our mastermind at Membership Multipliers to be part of your team. Allow our coaching at Membership Multipliers or the Membership Accelerators Club to come alongside you and coach you. Allow us to help you see all the things that you should be delegating to others. Get the insight and the knowledge that of the technology that we're leveraging and other membership businesses and other associations are leveraging, so that ultimately we can multiply our membership and help more people, help them have better relationships, better finances, better jobs, better businesses, whatever the outcome is that your membership provides, even be healthy, whatever it is. Leverage this. Leverage Membership Multipliers and allow us to come alongside you. And here's how you can do it. I'll give you a 30-day test drive. Go to acceleratemymembership.com. Acceleratemymembership.com. Now, honestly, what will happen there is that you'll be able to sign up just by paying for the shipping of my brand new book, Accelerate How to Get Your Next 10, 100, 500, or even 1,000 members. And you'll get a 30-day test drive of the Membership Accelerators Club. Now, for some of you, the Membership Accelerators Club is just the right fit for you. But others, if you're leading a team and you've got a membership business that is doing 6-7 figures, then you really should be a part of Membership Multipliers, and you can let us know and we'll talk to you more about that opportunity and help you see the value of that coaching. And then others who are leading big associations or 7-figure membership businesses or higher, you should be part of the mastermind. But either way, I'm going to give you a 30-day test drive of just the Membership Accelerators Club and begin this relationship of allowing myself and our team to come alongside you. Go to acceleratemymembership.com because I don't want you to be alone. Alone is a very bad number. It's a lonely place and you will never succeed, and I don't want that for you. So go to acceleratemymembership.com, take us up on that opportunity, allow us to come alongside you so that you can help more people. Until next time, we'll talk to you again on the More Members Now podcast. Have a great rest of the week.
You've been listening to the More Members Now podcast with Scott Whitaker. To find out more about Scott or learn how you can grow your membership business, visit membershipmultipliers.com. Or you can also get a free copy of Scott's brand new book, Accelerate, How to Get Your Next 10, 100, 500, or 1,000 members. Just go to acceleratemymembership.com.